My half-sister tried to unalive me and is now facing felony charges, yet I'm the crazy one? I need to talk about this. I can't talk to any of my family members because they all enable her. I'm starting to feel like I'm the crazy one. I'll explain some backstory so this makes more sense. I am 20. I was adopted when I was 8 weeks old because both of my biological parents abandoned me. My dad left 5 months into the pregnancy, and my mom left 7 weeks after I was born. My biological mom and I still have some contact, as I was adopted by family members, not random people. Bio mom went on to have 2 other children, one is 16 and the other is 14, both girls. My 14-year-old half-sister, Allie, lives with bio mom, and 16-year-old sister, won't name her because she isn't involved, lives with her bio dad. I have the same mom as the girls but I have a different dad. In January of 2023 Allie had her first attempt. She ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks. I felt sorry for her, so I visited her and would spend some time with her after that. Since the first attempt, she had probably 6 more within 6 months. But here is the thing about Allie's attempts, she doesn't actually do anything. She doesn't get her way, and then threatens to unalive herself. Whether it be about wanting to drop out of school at 14, her not being allowed to smoke pot, or go out with her fines, she threatens to unalive herself so she gets her way. In September of 2023, I got a phone call from bio mom that Allie threatened it again, and was taken to a hospital by the police. Allie was violent in the hospital, so they wanted her out ASAP. Bio mom could not pick Allie up, so I offered to. I brought Allie back to my house, and planned to let her stay for a few days to cool off. I got the call at midnight and didn't get home until about 2:30 a.m. Another thing to note is that Allie only had clothes with her, her phone was at her house. So I bring Allie to my home and then go to bed as normal. The next day she did not wake up until 3 p.m. When she woke up I explained what happened and said I'd bring her home in a few days. A few minutes later, me and adopted mom, not Allie's mom, the woman who adopted me, were making dinner and Allie comes in and asks to use one of our phones to call her mom. We said she could after we were done making and eating dinner. Allie was not happy about that, but walked away. I go downstairs to my room to check my phone, when I suddenly heard screaming. My heart immediately drops and I run upstairs. Allie was screaming at my adopted mom for God knows what. I get agitated, as I do not believe in children speaking to adults that way, and I asked Allie what her issue was. She told me to mind my own fucking business. I was astounded at how she just talked to me, but I did not want to make the situation worse, so I just stood there. Allie then starts screaming at my adopted mom again, and now I scream back. Allie says fine, then I'll unalive myself. She gets up, grabs a knife, cuts her legs so deep it's gushing blood, and then turns the knife on me. I am frozen in fear. She tells me I'm going to unalive you and then unalive myself. She is trying to stab me but I'm backing away quickly, not taking my eyes off of her. When she realizes she isn't hurting me, she throws the knife at me. This is when I call 911. Eventually the police come, and she is screaming at them and then they take her away tied down to a stretcher. I booked an emergency therapy appointment and made the decision to go no contact. In December of 2023 I receive a letter from my county, and they are trying to charge her with 2 felony assault charges. We had the first court date in January 2024, and she pled not guilty. The second date was in February, and they stuck with her not guilty plea and wanted to take it to court. I just yesterday received a subpoena in the mail, and me and adopted mom have to testify. I feel guilty for this, but I do want Allie charged. She can't act like that and get away with it. Before this she has never has consequences to her actions, which she needs. She clearly needs psychological help. My whole family does not want her charged, as they feel it was a mistake. Allie never brought it up after that, and never apologized. She acts like it didn't happen. Any opinions or comments would be appreciated. I have been told before that I am being too harsh on her, but imagine being in my shoes and she trying to unalive me. It was traumatizing.